Alright, what is up, my friends? What is up? Good midday to you all. John's went to the doctor, dropped off at school. He's going to finish up a little bit of a half day, and now we're ready to break Venerated Loxodon in Modern. That's right, this card is great. This card is really, really, really good, and this is a card that I'm looking forward to adding to my cube. Not that I really have time to cube anymore. And a card that I think has potential beyond standard. Convokes the kind of mechanic that gets better in wider card pools because there's just better cheap creatures. There only are so many playable 1 and 2 drops in standard. You know, you end up playing cards like Healer's Hawk and Suntail Hawk +1 toughness. Whereas in Modern we can do a little bit better, you know? So today we're going to be experimenting with a few versions of Venerated Loxodon in Modern. All somewhat similar, but it's pretty significant differences. We're going to be utilizing a lot of the artifact cards, cards like Memnite and Ornithopter, usually seen in Affinity and Signal Pest. All these cards play very well with Venerated Loxodon because we can cast the Loxodon as early as turn 2, and we get a 4/4, we get to buff our team. It's pretty sweet. And Loxodon is nice also because the higher mana cost means it doesn't die to Fatal Push, doesn't die to Abrupt Decay, 4/4 doesn't die to Bolt. So it's a good sized body while also pumping your team. Sort of like a weird Mirror Enforcer to have a little throwback here. And we have 3 versions of a deck here. We're kind of touching on the affinity themes, but not too hard. This version is the more basic beatdown version. We're also going to work on a Chalice the Void version, as well as a Quest of the Holy Relic version. But that'll be later in the stream, so stay tuned for that later. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you check out the other videos for that. But we're starting here with the more basic version. So we have our usual kind of affinity package here of Memnite, Ornithopter, Mox Opal, one of the best cards in the format. We have Signal Pest. We have our Darksteel Citadels to help power it all up, and then we have a white element as well. So Toolcraft Exemplar, standard stalwart. A 3/2 for 1 that can get first strike also is good enough for Modern. But most of the affinity decks don't want to play it because they're so focused on artifacts with cards like Cranioplating and Arcbound Ravager. We're a little more beatdown centric. We're kind of using half the artifact cards and other stuff. For Toolcraft, for Thraben Inspector, great card to boost up with Loxodon, card advantage later. This card's also essentially an artifact because it comes with an artifact. So for the purposes of Mox Opal and things like that, this counts as an artifact too. Legion's Landing's also really sweet with the Ornithopter Memnite package. We can flip it as early as turn 2, which means this is a 1-mana rampant growth lifelinker that can also be good in control matchups. So pretty cool there. A lifelinker is nice with Venerated Loxodon. The mana boost is nice with Karn. Pretty cool card. Lets us cheat on land a little bit too. We're also playing 4 copies of Leonin Arbiter. Now this is a card that's often played in these Death and Taxes style decks. And isn't very good because those decks have no clock. They play Aether Vial and Leonin Arbiter and like either playing Eldrazi or like Flicker Wisp. They're always really slow and crappy. And the reality is though, the combination of Leonin Arbiter plus Ghost Quarter is just Wasteland. So if all our stuff costs 0 and 1 mana, having Wastelands is pretty sweet. And Arbiter also slows down fetch lands. So this is a reasonable card. We can cast it on turn 1. We can boost it up with Loxodons. I think this card's a little underplayed. I think it's often played incorrectly. So this is going to be in a few of our decks today. 2 copies of Smuggler's Copter. Artifact, good beatdown card. Good against removal decks. Good against mass removal. Can loot away extra lands. I think this card's underplayed. It is a little awkward with our 0 power creatures, but pretty good. And then 2 Karn. I wanted a card to ramp into with our Legion's Landings and our Moxes. I think this is the best one. I'm not totally sure. It's possible Big Thalia could have a place here. Not sure. And then we have our lands for Citadel, of course, 4 Ghost Quarter to go along with our Leonin Arbiter. This will also help out our Tron matchups and things like that. 2 Shefet Dunes, basically free to play. Can pump the team. Basic planes are nice. And of course the Venerated Loxodons. Sideboard's got Forge-Tenders for Anger of the Gods and Lightning Bolts. The Third Path, some Canonists for Storm decks. Also very good against all these Arclight Phoenix decks. Rest in Peace. This is a great Rest in Peace deck because it doesn't hurt us at all. Thalia, also for control decks and storm decks and things like that. Extra Karn for control. 1 Damping Sphere for Tron, 2 extra Tormod Crypts for more graveyard decks. We're going to jump in, and we're going to battle and see how it is. This is I made all 3 of these lists last night. These are on 0 testing, so we're going to try it out right now and dip our feet in. I think the best thing you can do when you're trying out a new deck is just to play. You can spend hours and hours agonizing over card choices, but you'll learn a lot more if you just jump in and start battling. Experience is the best teacher. So let's go. Trying out Loxofinity, Venerated Loxodon Affinity-esque artifact beatdown stuff. Don't be shy in chat if you have any card ideas. Dispatch is just worse than Path. We have less artifacts than Affinity, and Affinity doesn't even play Dispatch. We also have Arbiter for Path too, so I think cards like Mirror Crusader and the other 3 drops are too expensive. Not really what the deck is trying to do. I give me by Blade Splicer. That card's pretty good with Copter and Loxodon, but I want to keep the curve mostly low for now. How much was the Copter decision influenced by our experiences in Modern Cube? I mean, Copter's great. I've been wanting to play Copter in Modern for a while, so Quest for the Holy Relic, we have that deck as well. So I made 3 versions of this deck, if you're just tuning in. This version, a Chalice the Void version, and a Quest of the Holy Relic version. We're playing all 3 today. And if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be videos going up over the next few days. Tempered Steel, that was one of the thoughts that I had, but Tempered Steel doesn't play well with the actual white cards, and I don't think there's enough artifacts we want to play for Tempered Steel. I like the idea, but once you start playing a deck with all artifacts and no white cards, you just want to be Affinity at that point. So whenever you're building a deck that's similar to other decks, it's important to have some sort of competitive advantage. So our competitive advantage over Affinity is we have a non-artifact 4/4, we can pump our team, we get to play Legion's Landing, we have Leonin Arbiter and Ghost Quarter for Wasteland effects, we're not as reliant on our artifacts, and so on and so forth. Porcelain Legionnaire is just not really good enough. It's okay, but alright, so first hand, a little land heavy, but this plays. We can keep. Rush Runner asks, what are my thoughts on Tile Striker? Well, it is the best card ever printed. So, 20 months!
20 months, that's like a year plus 8 months.
Xerox with the resub. Xerox, you awesome. Just started. Game 1, match 1, turn 1. If you're just tuning in, welcome. You're just in time. I do wish we had 1 less land. But, what's up, Silverback? I play Arena too. Canonist from a sideboard, yep. Do we play Ornithopter? I don't think so. We can't attack with it on turn 2, so I might as well just wait and not give away what we're playing. Ornithopter gets pumped by Venerated Loxodon, turns on Mox Opal, attacks with the other creature. I agree. It's definitely a valid concern. Like, you know, is Ornithopter doing enough in this deck? We're going to find out. All right, so drawing a land there is obviously the worst possible case scenario because it's almost worthless. Siri, why are you turning on? I did not say, hey, Siri. All right. I mean, this doesn't feel great. Oh, okay. Mox Opal. That's also awkward. All right. Awkward start so far. Again, I don't see a reason to play Ornithopter yet or Mox Opal. Is Loxodon doing a bad Thalia's Lieutenant impression? I mean, bad is subjective. Thing in the ice. Okay. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we think they're gonna flip Thing in the Ice next turn? Probably not. It's not a great draw. It's not panned out super well yet. That's also part of the problem of putting a card like Path to Exile into your linear decks, is that it doesn't really do anything to help your draws. Brimaz? There's too many bad 3-drops. You don't want 3-drops. Discarded Arclight and Looting and Temper. Alright. Not the end of the world. We still have our 4/4. We get to path the thing in the ice. Leonin Arbiter was the nut. That was a really, really good draw. So now we get to Arbiter Wasteland them and path their thing for free. So that was very, very good. So I tap bad. Whatever. Taking the damage for no reason. Oopsie. Still no reason to play the Mox. So took a point there for no reason. Obviously. Whatever. And Wasteland. I mean, I am concerned there are too many mana sources in this deck. I don't really know what the proper mix is yet because it's kind of confusing with cards like Legion's Landing sort of being a land. Our Moxes are sort of lands. Things like that. You know, one game is a small sample size, obviously. Oh, they killed our... Alright, they killed the Arbiter. They didn't kill the Arbiter. They were in big trouble, so... And now they're at 11 already. So, we're doing pretty good here. They shock and they sleight of hand. Alright. We also want to play our Ghost Quarters. There's a lot of Venerated Loxodons. Alright, so this is pretty awkward. I think we just play a Loxodon here. We attack for 5. Or let's put more stuff in play. Also getting an Ornithopter out of bolt range is also nice. So I think this is fine. Also, one of the benefits of playing any white deck in Modern is your sideboard's so good. We have Rest in Pieces. We have always good cards on our sideboard, which is pretty nice. We also have our Burrenton Forge-Tenders, if they have cards like Anger. And again, like, just the idea of playing a 4/4, it's kind of like in Standard, honestly, where you're playing against cards like Deafening Clarion and things like that. You just have this 4/4 that gets around most of the master removal. Bedlam Reveler? Sure. So they also have a Gut Shot here. They're basically dead. I mean, we are really drawing a lot of lands. I think I like attack for 9 and make them chump block and just play another Loxodon off the Thopter. The only bad scenario here is that they have the card Gut Shot. Exactly. And even then, they still take 2 for it. It's not the end of the world. They also just drew a fresh hand, so it's not like they've been like setting it up. Cool. So I think we're in pretty great shape here. Despite our draw being pretty weird, it's turned out reasonably well. Obviously, our Mox Opal didn't look great there, but you know, there's a lot of artifacts in the deck, so it should be fun. All right, so we're gonna want the Forge-Tenders and the Rest in Peace. We're actually bringing like a million cards here because the Canonist and the Thalias are all good too. I need to know what I might have too much for this matchup or things like this. I think Karn's gonna go. I think Copter goes too. It's just soft bolt. I think we do want Path for Thing in the Ice. Maybe the drums can go. We can't cut too many artifacts, though, or our cards don't really work. Maybe we don't want Canonist. Now we have so many white cards post-sideboard, and so many non-artifacts. Thalia seems great. I kind of want a Path, too. We can cut, like, 2 Toolcraft Exemplars. Because they have a lot of bolts in their deck. 17, 18, 19. They have a lot of lands, too. I am not sure. No, you don't Tormod's Crypt. I think Rest in Peace is fine. Something like this. Now we're playing so few artifacts, though. Actually, we only cut 4 artifacts from our deck. We gotta remember that Inspector is basically an artifact, so it has to count for our artifact count. This is a what stash? Canonist being an artifact is nice. I'm just worried we're not gonna be able to double spell. It's gonna affect us too much. It's possible that X wants more Thalias. Heh, that's pretty funny. If Damping Sphere increases the cost of Venerated Loxodon, you can pump additional creatures. This hand looks pretty dope. It looks pretty soft to I guess we're pretty land heavy too. It's kind of soft to mass removal, but I guess we keep this hand. Definitely got one too many mana sources in it, but if this hand draws a Loxodon, this is really, really good. Like if you draw Loxodon, we get to go Loxodon, pump out everything. It's pretty sweet. Untap Steam Vents. Thing in the ice. Also drawing a Leonin Arbiter here would be the nut. So Leonin Arbiter or Loxodon is great here. God, we're so lucky. Alright, so I think we just crank it up. They're pretty unlikely to flip next turn. We get to Toolcraft, land. Yeah, just crank it. Even if they flip thing in the ice, we can just replay everything pretty fast, so it's it's that big of a deal. Yeah, Ancient Den would be insane in this deck. Obviously, that would be ideal. Not too shabby. What's up, Zach, man? How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Uh-oh. A Manamorphose Chain could bounce everything. But again, like, replaying our entire hand next turn, I think we could just play everything, right? Just white, land, freebie. Might not be able to play Loxodon, but we can replay most of our hands, so we're not at the end of the world. Is it Charm, draw 2, discard 2? How many Phoenixes we got? One Phoenix. And a land. This Thalia's Lieutenant is really good with these dwarves and constructs. Nobody tosses a dwarf. Yeah, I mean, a 4-3 first striker for 1 mana is pretty good. I agree, Is a Charm's pretty mopey. Not a great card. Dope. Alright, so we just path the thing in the ice and get nasty. I don't know if it's worth it to attack with the Memnite. I don't know if I want to trade or not. I don't think I do. I mean, I might want to like hold back a Toolcraft actually to play around like Anger of the Gods. We're already pretty ahead here. Let me just attack too. I'm not gonna path the thing that's pre-combat. I'm just gonna attack and see what they miss it. If they could have gut shot theoretically, I guess they would have used it on their turn probably. Yeah, we're just gonna attack. All right, so just jump. Take the first strike damage. Thing in the ice. Do we play Toolcraft Exemplar? If they have anger... Yeah, I think it's just too risky if they have anger. I'd rather just chill. We have a pretty solid attacking force here that gets through basically everything. Let's just chill. If it had been a Burrenton Forge-Tender, that'd have been dope. Couldn't think of a cool like way to draw cards in this deck. Karn seems kind of cool because it's a way you can try and take advantage of the mana acceleration. That was pretty good. Reveler discarding Phoenix and Fiery Temper. Okay, that plays. Why no Ghost Quarter? Why would I Ghost Quarter? Might of the Meek is really slow, yeah. If I Ghost Quarter targeting Citadel, do I still get the land? Destroy target land. Yeah, I do. I think you need to read Ghost Quarter. It's not a wasteland. Not yet. You need an Arbiter for it to be a wasteland. Legion's Landing. Cool. Alright. Well, I'm pretty cool with that. They have to block one of these. I'm just gonna die anyway. Yeah, we're already playing Inspector. We're playing Karns in the main. Cool. Feels pretty good. Intruder Alarm, that's a little off the map, I think. Looting. We're playing 2 Copters. Guys, the deck list is on the overlay. You can just look at it. Or type in ! deck list. It's right there. That's why I put it there for you. Check it out. Serum Missions. I mean, they get back Phoenixes here, and they're just jump blocking, so it's fine. And we're also going wide now with our Danto. Reading. Pfft. Who reads? Yes, ! deck list or ! deck. Puts the link for you in chat. If you're on mobile and you can't, if the overlay doesn't work. Nice little win here in round 1. I did major in English. Yes, I do have a degree in. It's actually hanging up. It's up there, behind Thor's hammer. my English degree I spent 4 years getting. You know, just behind Thor's hammer. I can't even pronounce the hammer. It's like Mjolnir. I can't even say it. Thor's hammer. Mjolnir.
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 Mjolnir. Mjolnir. In case you're wondering, I am in fact worthy. In case you're wondering. Burnsy's not worthy, but alright. End step, make a token. Yes, you play Path over Dispatch because you can't risk it being dead. I mean, Affinity plays Path over Dispatch as well, and they have more artifacts than we do. You want consistency. Alright, I mean, worst case scenario, they have 2 bolts here. And that isn't even bad for us, so just going to swing out with everything. We could also just Shefet Dunes, which makes every creature lethal. Yeah, that seems even better. Nope, not that one. That one. Mjolnir. Bolt the Exemplar, sure. Attack. Dead yet? Are you dead yet?
Perhaps today is a good day to die.
I did find it funny. Sam Party, I think, posted on Twitter how you shouldn't play Snowlands in Storm because if you go turn 1 Snowland Serum Vision, you're giving away the fact that you're playing Storm because Storm's the only deck that would play Snowlands for Gifts Ungiven. And I responded with, well, why not just play Snowlands and everything and really get them? It's pretty funny. Let's see if I can find that. I don't know if I can find it. All right, we're 1-0. Sweet. I can't find it. What I can find is this. John, my 8-year-old stepson, became a man a few days ago. He split his first Factor Fiction pile. Coming of age. Upon doing so, he immediately grew hair in his chest and was given a Jack and Coke and his driver's license. All right. Anyway, let's go. Ooh, this hand is close. We need another mana source or another artifact. We got 2 Loxodons, Landing, Arbiter. There you go. Snowcover Island and Storm is a huge tell. You just play Snowcover Lands in every deck, and everyone goes, "Why are you playing those?" And they just go nuts. It's great. Snowlands don't count for Gwaif. There is no appreciable downside to playing Snowlands in Modern that I'm aware of. Might be some stupid Cold Snap card. I'm gonna keep. We're like 1 mana source or 0 mana artifact or 1 mana artifact off. Well, the Jack and Coke is for, you don't use the license. He doesn't have a car yet. All right, jeez. Sunset. John's deck is much better than mine. Notice there was also basically a Windrake and a 1 mana tapper. John's deck has Savage Twister, 2 Charging Monstrosaur, Bloodbraid Elf, Nissa Ravane. John actually won that game. I could have played better. I was a little greedy by Sphinx's Rev, and John top decked a Monstrosaur, so I had to cast the Rev for like 3 instead of for 10 the next turn. But yeah, John's deck is very good. All right, would you Ghost Quarter too? That's dope. Okay. So I don't think there's reason to play Thopter again. There's no reason to play it yet. We'll just play Landing and let him not know what's going on. No, yeah. Me and John have like casual decks built. John's 8, so I built him a red-green deck. We've been slowly adding cards to it and stuff. He has Bloodbraid Elf now. John was very happy to hear that Bloodbraid Elf was unbanned in Modern, despite not knowing what Modern was. Misfortune, I'm not sure off the top of my head. Oh, this is probably a bad matchup. We don't really have many ways to interact with the stupid Devoted Druid combo. That's really annoying. Alright, we're probably dead here. It's unfortunate because our hand is like pretty good. We're 1 short of Loxodoning. That sucks. We can go Pest, Arbiter, and we're short on Loxodon. We also can't Arbiter Wasteland. What's up, Key? How's it going, my friend? Welcome back. Arbiter turns off Cord. It's true, but if they're rolled up, we're just dead. So we go Pest, Arbiter, go. That stinks. We could just not. Maybe we gotta play the Arbiter. All right. Yeah, I mean it's not ideal, but we can't Loxodon. We're short. We can go Pest Loxodon, but I think we need to play Arbiter. Arbiter turns off Cord, so they have the... If they're going for the combo with Cord and stuff. Misclick? Nope. I hate this deck. I think it's like so bad. Just like, yeah, it turns 3. It can turn 3 sometimes, but it's like just so fragile. It's a 3-card combo, and like just oh duh. They obviously if they have this, they can just pay for the mana for Cord. I'm stupid. Yeah, I might have better just play the Loxodon and hope they didn't have it. I guess they could have Corded for the Vizier. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's like stupid. Like, for every game they have this, we just have, like, turn 3, all 3 cards in the combo, and we didn't do anything. There's games where they just, like, are the worst company deck ever and never draw the combo and, like, just die. You know, so, whatever. It's pretty funny. Alright, we don't interact very well with this deck, honestly. We don't have much. So, not a very popular deck in the metagame. So I don't think it's particularly good. But we don't really do much to interact with it. So, we're going to bring in a Path to Exile and pray, basically. We can cut a Karn. Let's try and have a nice aggressive hand and try and kill them. Even one path is still really good. So... Canonist. I think Canonist is going to slow us down more than them. So, new sub, Sam. What's up, Sam? What's your name? Where are you from? Canonist might buy a turn, but also might slow us down, too. We have a good amount of colored cards. This deck has the most colored cards of the 3 versions we're going to play today. Canonist seems better in the other versions. Whoa. This hand is insane. Yeah, we're going to keep. This hand is busted. Look at this hand. Nerd on Fire, new sub. What's up? It's an interesting question of how many Memnites this deck would play if it could. Other deck versions are up here. You're going to see them on the stream a little bit later. I gave a very fast preview of them at the start of this stream. And that's all you get. It's a teaser. It's supposed to keep you around, you know? Revoker? It's just like soft to everything. I don't know. Turn 2 Arbiter? Yeah, probably. And resub? Thanks, Nerd on Fire. I appreciate that. Nah, no Tempered Steel. I think there's too many white cards to want Tempered Steel. I think that it's just Tempered Steel is not powerful enough. You know, this deck is kind of the beatdown version. We have a Chalice of the Void version that's more disruptive. And then we have a Quest of a Holy Relic version that's a little more goldfishy. So I don't think that Tempered Steel really fits in any of them. It's just... It's a 3-mana anthem, basically, in a format where you can just die on turn 3. So I think having interaction is more important. And I don't think it's faster than just, like, trying to kill him. New sub is Sam from Canada. Oh, Canada. Play Magic and Zendikar. Favorite deck is Legacy Lands. Favorite card, 1 with nothing. Sergeant Chunkers for the puppy name. That's a good one. What's up, Sam? Thanks for subbing. I appreciate it. All new subs, check out the private Discord chat server. Discord. Link them up. We kept this. This hand's insane. We're playing against the Devoted Druid Vizier combo deck. They turn 3'd us on the play. Player draw. Here's a play in game 1. And they're going to 5. What's up, Senpai? We got turn 3'd. Damn. Wowzers. Well, we gotta flip the landing so we can cast Arbiter, so we're just attacking. Loxodon's also good, though. I do think this is the best Leonin Arbiter deck I've ever seen, because Leonin Arbiter is usually played in terrible decks that are very slow. I could see Blade Splicer in this deck, honestly. Nice fetch land. All right, so we're gonna attack for 2, play Copter, and play Loxodon. Do I want to pump? Actually, yeah, this is great. Yeah, we'll attack for 2. If you're looking for like the 1 minute highlight reel of like, is this deck good? This is a pretty good like, wow, this deck looks insane. Not too shabby. Yeah, close game. 2 close games here. Modern in a nutshell. They turn 3 us, we turn 2 them. Just the huge, you know? Nothing out of the ordinary here. Playing some Modern. Raise your hand in chat if you love Modern. That was the nuts. That hand seemed almost perfect. If we had an actual land, it could have had turn 1 Arbiter. That might have been better, but ooh, this hand sucks. Yeah, 5 mana sources, a Loxodon on a path. Yeah, we can ship this one. B-Mats, thanks for watching. This hand is not particularly good, but I don't think we can mulligan this. It's reasonably fast. We draw an Arbiter, it's good. Inspector. Turn 1 Exemplar, turn 2 Exemplar, Signal Pest. I'm going to bottom this. What's up, Cat? Modern's fun, just wild, you know? Wild and crazy. Have I tried Ross's deck? Yeah, I posted a video of it today. I put it on stream last week. Oh, come on. All right, we're dead this game. They're just gonna have turn 3 again. Yeah, they obviously just have turn 3. And we just draw another land. All right, whatever. I mean, we're probably just gonna die here. Again, I'm not really worried about losing to this deck. I don't think this deck is very good at all. So, sure. You got it. They have everything else too. It's fine. All right, sure. Whatever. Alright, so that's fine. We're obviously lacking in interaction for creatures. Walking Ballista doesn't seem like it really fits. It just is what it is. Whatever. You can't beat everything in Modern. I'm not really too worried about it. If you're tuning in, welcome to the stream. My name is Jim Davis. How's it going? We're 1-1 with this pretty awesome deck. We're working on Venerated Loxodon in Modern today. We have 3 versions of a deck. This is version 1. We have a Chalice of the Void version, and we have a Quest of the Holy Relic version also. So this is our beatdown version. These are all first drafts. Not going to be perfect. We're going to learn and figure out and see if it's any legs to this deck at all. Seems pretty cool so far. And of course, don't forget to check out my sponsors, BCW Supplies and CoolStuffInc.com. CoolStuffInc.com, your number one source for all your online gaming needs. And of course, Magic articles by yours truly. It's Cyber Week. Full art basics are 20% off. And you can't use my promo code during Cyber Week because you can't double up on your promos. But Ultimate Masters boxes are only $279. You can use the code on that, say like $15. Promo code is Jim5 for 5% off. Also articles, Jeff Hoagland, Kendra Smith, a bunch of awesome writers, Mike Flores, of course, and me as well. Videos Monday, articles on Friday. Check it out, CoolStuffInc.com. All right. No Mox Opal. Urza be a keep. Mulligan. Yikes. We're having a little trouble balancing the proper amount of lands here. I mean, we're going to keep this. This is not good. Yeah, bottom path. Again, part of the problem playing path, it doesn't really help progress your plan. This is a very linear deck. It's possible the deck doesn't want path main, but path is pretty good, so... They mulliganed also, but they just... Oh, God. We have a Ghost Quarter. I imagine his hand is not fast enough to beat Tron at the moment. We'll see what we draw. Ornithopter. I mean, that doesn't really matter at all. Okay. I guess we're going to... Do we play Ghost Quarter? So if we draw another Ghost Quarter, we could double Ghost Quarter them. Yeah, I think we are letting them know we have it. But Houday, that's a resub. What's up, Houday? Welcome back. I think Fiend Hunter is just too bad. Those cards are terrible. Maybe in the sideboard for like totally no removal matchups, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not big on those cards. Arbiter. No. I mean, not a very good hand here. Mulliganed to 4 lands. We do get to Ghost Quarter them to buy a turn, but our clock is not exactly cranking here. Thalia's in the other versions. It's not in this version. So we're playing Copter and stuff. I do like Thalia a lot, though. Again, these are all first drafts. I'm not completely confident in all these card choices yet. What's up, Swind? They did not map. This is so awkward. So they could just have Natural Tron. So you probably still need to Ghost Quarter them. Ensnaring Bridge? No, that's kind of off plan. It is misclicked. You can't risk them having Natural Tron, so I'm just going to hit one of these.
Hey, Flash, want to hear a joke?
If they already have Natural Tron, it is correct to not map and just hope that we don't do anything. But they might have misclicked, but I'm just not gonna. 4 port would be great. Splurges for nice Tron lands. Can't afford any forests. Wow. Hair cut. Oh, they just naturally had... Oh, they searched for it. Never mind. No, they didn't. They searched for tower. They just naturally had the piece that I killed. God. I imagine this match should be fine for us. I mean, we're playing 4 main deck Arbiter, 4 main deck Wasteland, and we have a pretty fast clock, too. So this should be reasonable for us. I mean, we're probably just dead next turn, but... Yeah, you got it. Houday! That is not a Ghost Quarter. Alright, well, I mean, I imagine we're dead here. If they have, like... I don't even know what they could have. I don't know what payoff doesn't kill. I guess Karn is not the end of the world. They just they hit our Signal Pest and we're in trouble. Ooh. Is it Worm Coil? Can't be Worm Coil. Ugin is still really bad for us. Alright, we draw Path, I guess. If we draw Path and they have all bricks, maybe we can win. I don't think that's going to do it. I mean, we're going to play it, and we're going to attack for 1, and we're probably just going to die. But if we draw a Path, there's still hope, I suppose. Thanks for following. If you haven't followed, hit that follow button. Of course, watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on there. Hit the button and get updated with all my videos and content. I stream most weekdays during the day, and then I do a video about almost every day on YouTube. Burnsy! He's alive. He's sleeping again. Burnsy is usually very active at the start of the stream because I just, I move him in from his big cage. I give him a few cards. He's usually, pretty amped up, but... So, they have 4 cards in hand. We're praying they have actual nothing. That's a start. They're just popping spheres. That's 7. Actually, if we draw 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If we draw a Path to Exile, they are dead. Miss Senpai, you gotta watch the video. No spoilers. Video's up on YouTube. I believe if we draw Path, they are dead. Nope. Okay, so they still have nothing, hopefully. Their hand is just like 3 Urza's Mines, a Ghost Quarter, and a Forest. Karn, a Karn, Karn, Karn. Let me see that Karn, Karn, Karn. That is definitely not the right thing to hit. It's got to be one of the Signal Pests, right? I mean, now it's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's 24 damage. And they're at 25. My math is correct. That sucks. So, is there anything in our deck that can increase the damage by 1? I don't think so. Right on time. All right, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 2. Yep, 24. I don't want to show them Arbiter because we're so likely to lose this game. Oh, Shefet Dunes. If we had a Shefet Dunes, they're dead. This deck might want more Shefet Dunes in it. We only have 2. Wow, Shefet Dunes would have done it. All right. Well, six, 9, 12, 13, 14, and 16, 17, 21 of them. It's still lethal next turn. So if they still have stone nothing, we can kill them. Now it's 4. Do I play the Arbiter? I guess I just play it. Like, even if they know about it, what can they do? You know? Lifelink, my friends. Yeah, I think you went 4 Shefet Dunes. I think playing 2 was a little too little. That's also a nice mana sink, too, for all of our Legions landings and stuff. No stirrings. Brick, 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 brick. Relic. Land, land, scrying, scrying. Is the deck better than Affinity? I mean, it might eventually be. This is the first draft, you know. Our first match was pretty impressive. The fact that we're still in this game is pretty astounding. Given that our hand was really, really bad and they just had turn 3 drawn. Burnsy. They bricked. They bricked. They bricked Burnsy. Throw a party. Throw a party, Burnsy. Okay. P33JL, new sub. Philbo Baggins, new sub. You're all awesome. I'd sub for that game too. All right. We're going to want Damping Spheres and Thalias. Cut the Karns. We cut Path to Exile. That's the question. And a resub from Derek. Thanks everyone. I appreciate it. You're all awesome. Do I want Path to Exile? I don't think I do. I think we're going to try and just beat them before they get online. Cut the Copters. Copter can fly over a Worm Coil and kill Karn. Like, Path is only good in the scenario where they have exactly Worm Coil Engine. And we're trying to keep them off of that with Arbiter and Damping Sphere and Ghost Quarter and stuff, you know? So if I just draw a Path in my opener, it's one less card to kill them with. Mr. Photon, 1 year!
1 whole year.
I guess if they're gonna maybe they're gonna bring in like some Nature's Claims, so you just board out our single artifact threat. Alright, I could buy that, I guess. Alright, we'll leave in 2 paths. We're on the draw also. Maybe if we're on the play for game 3, we can board the paths out because we're faster, but maybe on the draw we just want it. Alright, let's try this. We can't run Stony Silence in this deck. We have Mox Opals. The good thing about this deck is that Stony Silence is not nearly as good against this as it is against Affinity, but we still can't play it ourselves, you know? This hand's good. Turn 2 Thalia. Opponent mulligans a 6, you can keep. We draw any 0 mana artifact. We can have turn 1 Thalia. And that is insane. Or Arbiter. But not being soft or as soft to Stony Silence is definitely one of the benefits of this deck over regular Affinity. Alright. Well, we found Shefet Dunes. Turn 1 Thalia is better than Arbiter, because they can't search next turn. But we can't have either, so we just have our Signal Pest and a mana, but that's okay. The next turn we can go probably Arbiter or Loxodon. Oh, Horizon Canopy is good too. Why did I play Horizon Canopy? Canopy's a good one. Canopy's definitely a good one. I could see playing a lot of Canopies in this deck. Is Canopy better than Shefet Dunes? Maybe. Alright, they sack Relic. And they have no play. That's scary. Ooh, that's a good draw. I might just have Natural Tron here. Baggins, thanks for subbing. I appreciate that. All the new subs, check out the Discord, and feel free to answer those questions in chat and introduce yourself. P33 is Perry from Chicago. Playing since Origins, favorite card, Jamoka's Command. Favorite deck, Green White Tokens. Name a doggy Pie. Cool. Any other new subs that I missed? Nope. Y'all great. Alright. So, Arbiter or Thalia? They didn't play a map, and they didn't play a star. So they're very likely to search next turn. I think I like Thalia. Thalia stops turn 3 Karn if they have Natural Tron. We can do Loxodon here too, yes. So we get to, yeah, let's play, we're going to play Thalia. We're trying to Loxodon. Not a bad turn too. Next turn we draw Ghost Quarter. Easy as that. Not a bad turn too, right? We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Effectively 16 power in play. Yeah, maybe Horizon Canopy is just better than Shefet Dunes. Alright, I mean, they can cast... They needed to have a forest to cast Sylvan Scrying through Thalia. They can cast Scrying here. They can't O-Stone us next turn, though. O-Stone costs 8 or 9 total with Thalia in play. I think we're in pretty good shape here. They also can't Ugin us. They can't Ugin or O-Stone us with Thalia in play. Because both those cost 8. So... Spatial Contortion, Thalia. Okay. Interesting. That is not a Ghost Quarter. Alright, well, you're dead next turn, so you better do something. They can Natural Tron, O-Stone, or Ugin. Or they can't Ugin us, they can O-Stone us. I should have played this, that was stupid. Because if I draw a land, I can activate Shefet Dunes. Yeah, I should have played this. Sure. Contested Warzone is 2 all in. So they find Tron, they play a Worm Coil here. That's also scary. 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. If we had played the land and then Shefet Dunes, they have Nature's Claim for what? Signal Pest. They're still dead. Alright. Philbo Baggins is Phil from England. Playing since Innistrad. Favorite card, Sphinx's Rev. Favorite deck, Affinity. Puppy name, Karn Father, not just Karn. I like it. Phil, thanks for subbing. I appreciate that. Sweet. We're 2-1, and our loss felt kind of poopy. So this deck seems sweet so far. I'm liking it. What do you guys think? Don't forget also check out BCW Supplies. Of course, I'm on Team BCW, and BCW Supplies is a fantastic supply company from Indiana. They make awesome gaming supplies, deck boxes. They have they have good sleeves right now. Deck Guard Elites. Their new lines coming out next year. Check it out. 10% off. Use code GYM10. Hop on to bcwsupplies.com. It's right below me. You can check it out. Beating Tron is nice. Beating Tron is nice. We playing some standard here. This hand is a little more fair, but we're on the play. We can keep this. It's not great, but we can keep it. That game, the game one against Tron was a little lucky. I mean, our hand was bad, but we got lucky they bricked off. Wake up. You have cards that you want. They love you. Your fans like you, Burnsy. Alright. Toolcraft Exemplar. Yes, if they killed the Pest instead of the Adonto, he probably would have lost too. Tron again. Okay. I mean, we have Arbiter. That's... We're one short on that one. Alright, we gotta play the Arbiter here. Despite the fact they probably can't Sylvan Scrying next turn. We could run the risk here. Just play the Copter and just hope they can't cast Sylvan Scrying next turn. Without a star, they have to have an actual forest to Sylvan Scrying. And it's greedy. I think we need it though. I think our hand is too slow. I don't want to play a bear of his turn. We're just gonna go for it. Yeah, I love the idea of 4 canopies in this deck. I love it. Go, Burnsy. Cool. Yes, turn one relic. It's weird. I mean, no star. They probably have natural Tron again. Alright. Well, let's try and find a Ghost Quarter here. See how lucky we can get. Huh. Nope. Alright, well. Just play everything and pray. Path to Exile, not looking great. Nah, the Mox Opal is great. It's a lot better than the Plains is. Urza's mine. Oblivion Stone. So you're saying there's a chance. Come on, Ghost Quarter. That's a Plains. Ghost Quarter. Smuggler's Copter. 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, they need draw next turn or they're dead. I guess a Ballista would also... Like a Ballista on 2 would buy them some significant time. What are they going to here? 8, 3. Still dead to Copter. Yeah, this is fine. Alright. Hold. We hold this so post stone we can cast it and then maybe sneak the last 3 points of damage in through like a Wormcoil or something. Cool. This deck does seem good against Tron. Copters. What else did we cut? We cut, oh, 2 Karns. Elephants. Yeah, Karn's more for grindy matchups. I think Blade Splicer might be okay in this deck. I just want something that costs a little more mana to try and make use of our Mox Opals and Legion's Landings and stuff. Karn seems good in grindy matchups, but there aren't many of those, so Karn might be worse than like something like that. Yeah, Copter's cool. I do like Copter a lot. It's a little awkward with like the Signal Pest and the Ornithopters, but do you want the other Thalia? Maybe. Maybe the other Thalia would be good as like a 2 of in this kind of beatdowny version. It stands good. It's not great, but it's fine. It's got the turn 2 Thalia. I can see that, Matthew. Alright. Legion's Landing or Signal Pest. I guess the playing Landing now makes it better with Thalia. So we're going to turn 2 Thalia for sure. Yeah, I'll play the Landing now. Figure of Destiny is way too slow. Alright, so they have turn 3 Tron of... That's not bad. Wish we had that last turn. Man, that'd be so good. Alright, we gotta go score to them, obviously, so whatever. We can't play Thalia. They just have their, ideal draw on the play here. They fetch... They're getting Urza's Mine. We're going to hit the power plant on their draw step. Just like random beats plus Ghost Quarter is obviously fine against Tron. We're not even like finding the Arbiters and stuff. We're not getting our good Arbiter Wasteland draws, but this is still like pretty passable against them. Sphere. Hopefully Thalia will be good next turn. Unless they just have a scrying and they just have... No, okay. That's still bad for us. Alright. Inspector, not the best here. Okay, that's also bad. They have 4 cards left. And we're only attacking for 2. That's bad. Thalia is only 4 next turn. If I play the Inspector and the Signal Pest, it's good for 4, 5, 6, 7 damage next turn. That's still bad. They're just going to have Tron anyway. I feel like Thalia doesn't even matter. At this point, yeah, I'm just going to play the stuff. Just pray. Oh, never mind. It's a natural Tron. It's only a Thragtusk. Could have been worse. Okay. I mean, that's not the worst, I guess. What did they find? Horizon Canopy? That means they're flooded real bad. Okay. So we can go score another power plant. We don't really have any good attacks, unfortunately. Nothing can get through his Thragtusk at the moment because they killed our other pest. So now this is actually pretty good because now he can play Thalia, and now we're actually constricting their mana. Because they are not going to have Tron, so... Thalia is also good with Pest against Thragtusk because it's a 3-power first striker. All things considered, this game is going okay. They just have nothing. Alright. Alright. I don't really want to path them, because that gets them up to 7 mana. I think we're just jamming here. We'll trade one creature for a bunch of damage. I don't like cracking Clue. I'd rather just play the Inspector. This is like a reasonably significant attack. So they get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8 damage. And they 8 again next turn. I mean, they could if they don't have a land, they can Worm Coil. What's up, Drake? We're 2-1. This game's looking reasonable. We lost to the Devoted Druid combo deck because we don't really interact with them in any meaningful ways, and they just turned 3 at us game 1 and 3. All right, so cool. There's Worm Coil. I can't path it end step, unfortunately, but it's fine. All right, well, we just slam again, and just pray they can't punish us too hard with the extra land. I'm gonna block the Memnite. It's unooganable. Do we hold? I mean, Sylvan's scrying for Tron. If they have an O-Stone, we are in very, very large trouble. They have an O-Stone. Alright. Our clues. No, not our clues. Pay F, or press F for our clues. Heh. Yeah, right on time. Perfect. You hear a typewriter? That's Burnsy. Burnsy, if you're gonna shoot, you gotta do it on camera, bud. Ah, we're dead. Hey, what are you chewing on? Over here and do it. They want to see you, Burnsy. Alright, we're obviously dead this game, whatever. Heh! Also right on time. I don't see a point even showing them. I mean, just play a creature over here. I've got a clue. Oh, wait. I'm getting a clue, too. I don't know why, but I love watching people lose to Tron. I'd say you're in the minority. Yeah. Alright. Contortion too. All right, that's fine. We're pretty dead this game. That's fine. We can go to the next game. I've got a clue. All right, so how are we gonna sideboard here? We were saying that on the play, maybe we don't want Path to Exile anymore. Maybe Copters instead. Copter does fly over Wormcoil Engine. Yeah, let's try that. I think we're fast enough to beat Wormcoil. Hardened Scales plus Loxodon. I think it's probably just going to be worse than the standard Hardened Scales deck. Mind explaining the Loxodon theory? Well, it's good with cheap creatures. And we're playing the cheapest ones. We play 8 0-drops. Let's flip Legion Landing turn 2. You got it. Nice opener here. This is turn 2 Arbiter. If this is a Horizon Canopy, I'd be so much happier with this hand. These got to be Canopies, I think. I'm going to keep. We have turn 2 Arbiter on the play. Coffee Bots? I don't know, at some point. I'll try and mix it up, you know? We're only playing 2 drums. I wanted like an extra artifact and extra mana source. I'd be wrong. Oh, that was just the absolute worst. Alright. We're probably in trouble here. Yeah. I think Canopies would be good. I don't know who Subaru is by Cyclops. No stirrings. Damn it. I feel like most of the games we've lost have looked like this, where we just have like 2 lands in our hand. Huh. Alright. I mean, it plays. We're not really clocking them well enough, but it does play. Yeah, buy Cyclops. I don't know what that is. Give me a list. Oh, we have this, duh. Thank God we have that. There's Natural Shronas. Inspector. So they can't even pop this. This costs 4. Alright. Let's pop Clue. Fortunately, Damping Sphere. Oh my God. The lands. Yeah, we're not applying much pressure right now. I mean, they don't seem to have much, so Snow-Covered Lands the bomb. Why wouldn't you play Snow-Covered Lands? You give me one good reason not to play Snow-Covered Lands. Then we can talk. Yeah, these seem so much better as Canopies. Chromatic Star, that costs 2. But they didn't snap Nature's Claim this, so that feels good for us. They're more expensive. So what? They didn't cast the... So they probably have a Contortion. Because they could have cast the Sphere for 2 and they chose not to. Now, there's no plating in this version of a deck. There's platings in a different version. Oh my God. Just never ends. Alright. I mean... We're doing it, I guess. What is it? It is activating Shefet Dunes. They're at 5. Okay. I don't know why they didn't cast this star. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. It's definitely somewhat aesthetics, you know. Oh, man. Thrag Daddy. They're at 10. So 2, 4, 5, 6. That is not enough. All right. Imagine if they have Worm Coil next turn. That'd be so bad. All right. Clue? Legion's Landing. No Worm Coil engine, please. No Signal Pest, no Loxodons. We're probably dead. Even our non-lands are lands. Heh. That makes sense. Okay. Just gotta beat a Worm Coil engine. Okay. It is so ugly. I hate these things. 4 Ghost Quarter, not enough. Need Field of Ruin also. I guess we're just saying go. We don't really have a good attack here. We can Shefet Dunes. Actually, we can't. Oh, we can. We can Legion Landing Shefet. Oh, it's sorcery. Never mind. Alright, I mean, I don't think we can win anymore, but it's not worth it to make them gain 6 life just to flip our landing. They got Horizon Canopy. Should draw Path to Exile. Oh, I boarded them out. We were trying to be super aggro in game 3, and we just drew a pretty slow hand. Alright, I think we are dead. Right on time. Little Freudian slip there. I'll just tap the Shefet Dunes, obviously, whatever. Yeah. About that. I think we're pretty big trouble here, folks. Needed that about 3 or 4 turns ago. No, you can't overpay. There's a damping sphere in play, you can, which is kind of cool. But what would need to happen for us to win this game? Doesn't really seem possible. That's aggressive. 6, 12, 17. Just go to 1. Sure. Go to 1. Heh. Sure. They had spatial contortion for their creature to make it bigger and kill us. Alright, so that was tough. Kind of puttered out a little bit there. Seems like it should be a good matchup. We never got to Ghost Quarter Arbiter them once. You know, they drew the thing, answer for the sphere. We didn't have enough pressure in that game. That was the problem. We attacked for like 3 on turn 3. And like we had the sphere, we had a Ghost Quarter. You know, we just didn't have enough pressure to actually kill them. Drums seem bad. These might not be necessary. I did want more artifacts. I think I want the Horizon Canopies. For sure. Might even just play like 2 Shefet Dunes, 4 Canopies, honestly, and just play 3 basics. We've had some very good draws as well. You know, we are 2-2, and I think both of our losses have been, you know, we lost to the Devoted Druid deck, probably just can't win there. And then we lost to some Tronage. I don't know if we want plating or not. We're not playing that many artifacts. It's possible we want main deck Thalia. Plating's obviously bad there. I'm not sure. Some Tron Sense. Alright, let's get our 3-2 here. I've seen better. That's for sure, but we're going to keep. Kind of a weirder hand with the Karn in the path. A little more like slow and grindy. Karn doesn't look great. It's probably more of a sideboard card. The paths also don't seem great. I might just want to sideboard the paths and just go totally linear. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of maybe Blade Splicer. And then maybe cut the Karns and play a couple Thalia's main. Dredgen? Alright, well we have a good amount of graveyard hate in our deck, so this hand seems really bad against Dredge. But oh, 3-mana Thalia. I want that. Main deck. I want main deck 3-mana Thalia. That might make the drums actually passable. Nice dredges. They, double Shriekhorn hitting 4 lands. Discard Bloodghast, Thug, sure. It's a pretty bad start here from our dredge opponent. Where were you last turn? You know? Mirror Crusader's pretty bad. Yeah, it's definitely not a good. The Karns are definitely not. Modern's way too fast for Karn. The Karn looks embarrassing. I guess it will make like a 6/6 next turn, but I don't know. Dismember. I mean, we have Path. Like, there's Dismember in the Chalice version of the deck sideboard. Alright, they hit a Dark Blast, they hit a Dredger, and they hit a Conflagrate. They only have 2 cards in hand, though, so no Loams yet. Conflagrate's still pretty busted. Dark Blast is also, but that was a pretty nasty dredge. And they hit Bloodghast Amalgam off the dredge 4. Oh my god. That's busted. Okay, that's a problem. Assuming they have a land. Elspeth Knight Errant. That is not a card you want to play in our deck. That's a cool card. It's good. A little slow for Modern. All right. Flashback looting. Hit Narcomoeba, Creeping Chill. This is bad. I'm actually conceding to go next game here. They have the Dark Blast too. It's so busted. Yeah, we can't beat Conflagrate or Dark Blast at the moment. That's fine. Yeah, but Elspeth is only good on turn 2 or 3. Otherwise, it's just too slow. Karn's much better. Yeah, not a Karn matchup. So we get to bring in Rest in Peace. We get to bring in Tormod's Crypt. We get to bring in Burrenton Forge-Tender and Thalia. And we get to cut Path to Exile. Arbiter. We're on the play. Yeah, I could buy Arbiter. We're going to cut, though. You cut the Inspectors are artifacts. Those are hard to cut. I mean, Conqueror, we're dead. There's no reason to show more of our deck. Porcelain Legionnaire is not good enough. There's just so many better cards you can play for 2 mana. Guess we cut the Copters. We could try and insulate ourselves a little bit from Dark Blast. Maybe we'll cut some Toolcraft Exemplars also. I don't know. I wouldn't hate cutting some Inspectors. Inspector's pretty slow. Let's cut the drums. And now we're really white. And let's cut. I'll cut 1 Inspector. I am concerned we're kind of light on artifacts now. But let's try this. It's fine. It's not a great hand, but it plays. Trim Signal Pests? I don't think so. Kythian... I just don't think Kythian's that good. No, Path over Dispatch, folks. You can't risk your spell not being a removable spell. That's super sketchy. I mean, no turn one play looks like Nature's Claim, but they could just have Cathartic Reunion. But they can't. It's pretty hard to get a lot of stuff back. I'm gonna wait a turn here. I'm just gonna make a bunch of large creatures. I'll wait a turn. I'll rest in peace. Could have Dark Blast too. That would suck. Alright, that makes sense too. Dark Blast obviously very good against us. Alright, they dredge a Creeping Chill, just fine. Next turn we rest in peace them, and we have a solid 7 power in play, so we also have a clue. They loan back 3 lands? Sure. Discard and Narc Amoeba. That's a good draw. Alright. Give them the beats. That Dark Blast is in their hand, I believe, right? Yeah, which is fine. They can Dark Blast Toolcraft. We're attacking for a lot here. I guess they could upkeep Dark... Oh, this is a play, never mind. Yeah. Cool. White hate cards. Yeah, run it back. Thalia seems worse on the draw. It's still good though. Rest in Peace is an unfair card. I mean, our opponent's trying to put like 13 power into play on turn 2 while creeping chilling us twice. That's unfair. I mean, this is a really good beatdown hand. No hate, but we're going to keep. This is turn 2, flip landing. Also make a huge Loxodon. Nothings. They have Dark Blast again? Ugh. That's gross. Dark Blast is so good. Let me just play a land and say go. And then next turn just try and do a huge turn with Loxodon. We can go, you have mana. Now we're 1 short. God. That's just so unbelievably rude. The only other thing could be his Lightning Axe. Guess they go. Otherwise, they just Dark Blast the creature, dredge it, Dark Blast the creature. We draw any 0 mana creature next turn or a Mox Opal. We can play the Loxodon. Alright, yeah, they just want to sit here and do nothing. That's fine. Man, what an awkward game of chicken we're playing here. They're also obviously scared of Resting Beast too, so we have this like weird game of chicken where I don't want to play any creatures and they don't want to put any cards in their graveyard. Maybe just ship. There's no reason to play anything because they just get to cast Dark Blast and Dredge. And we're trying to keep them from dredging. And we draw any land, a Mox, or a 0 mana creature next turn. We can play a Loxodon. So there's just no reason to do anything yet. Double black? That's weird. Sure. Alright. Mana Source. Sweet. So now we get to go landing, Memnite, Thopter, Pest, Loxodon. Right? I can't play Thalia and Loxodon. Thalia, no, I can't. So landing. Not too shabby. They could have like Conflagrate, but alright, so they're gonna upkeep Dark Blast, Dredge, Dark Blast, sure. I'm fine with that. They just think we'd imp. But they're playing real fair. Okay. Next turn we can go Thalia, Loxodon. Great. And Toolcraft. Great. This is good for us. Alright, so we're going to mush for 4. I think we got this. They had a Creeping Chill. Now we're in trouble. Take that, Dredge. All right, so 3 and 2. Good first draft. Good first draft. What? Friends listen to Endless Love in the Dark. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but I liked it. Cool. So, I would say, was it a follow for the? No, it wasn't a follow for the thing. Huh. Does Burnsy do tricks? Yeah, he exists. Go Burnsy. So, first draft, I'm happy. I like a lot of the things that are happening here. I think we might want to just put Path in the sideboard. I think we might want to put Karn in the sideboard also. Not Loxodon. I love the idea of big Thalia. I'm not too big on the drums, but I am concerned with our actual artifact count. I like the idea of big Thalia. I don't hate the idea of Blade Splicer. It's just like a slightly bigger card. I don't know, but Blade Splicers, no. Plays well with Copter. Maybe these go here. The drums could maybe leave. You know, the Splicer could fit the drum artifact slot. Although drum does play well with Slicer. Drum also plays well with Thalia too. So it is 2 bodies for Convoke, which is nice. We're not playing Flicker Wisp. This is not a Death and Taxes deck. Those decks are awful. We're trying to make a good Leonin Arbiter deck here. Just cats and elephants, you know. Landing was good. I still like 3. Definitely want 4. We want 4 canopies for sure. 4 Horizon Canopy, not even close. That would be a huge boon. Cut plains, maybe? Something like that. Maybe something like this. I don't know. We're gonna work on it more. This is then the next is terrible. Yeah. This is definitely an interesting start though. The Copter was pretty good. I like the idea of Thalia a lot. Blade Splicer's interesting. We could also try and work the Thalia Guardian of Thraben's into the main deck, but I'm worried we're cutting our artifact count a little too low at that point. Selfless Spirit's just not great. I think that Burrenton Forge-Tender is better. Springleaf Drum I'm not sure on. I think it should probably leave, but I like the extra artifact. I'm not sure. We're still working on it, but I'm going to leave the beatdown version for now. We have a Chalice of the Void version to play, and we have a Quest version to play. So we have a Chalice of the Void version with no 1-drops, and we have a Quest of the Holy Relic version with Argentum Armor as well. We're playing both of these today as well. If you're watching on YouTube, those videos will be out in a few days. Edge Champion just doesn't do very much, I don't think. But yeah, we got something cool brewing here, and I like it. So put your suggestions in chat, and we're going to keep working on this one. All right, so stream will continue. YouTube will not. YouTube, and I'm really in the dark over here. There we go. It's sunny out. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna work some more. Like watching on YouTube, make sure you sub to the channel, and then I'll see you fine folks next time on YouTube. Stay tuned for more versions of his deck on YouTube. Keep checking the channel. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.